Section 1. You will hear a woman phoning to complain about the item she ordered last week. First, you'll have some time to look at questions 1 to 4. You will see there is an example that has been done for you. On this occasion only, the conversation relating to this will be played first.
Hello, you are through to the complaints department at Clifton Antiques. Before we begin, I'll just need to take a few details from you. Is that okay?
Yes, of course, no problem.
Okay, can I please have your full name?
My name is Anna Lumley. That's Anna, L-U-M-L-E-Y.
Right.
The name is Anna Lumley, so Lumley has been written in the space. Now we shall begin. You should answer the questions as you listen, because you will not hear the recording a second time. Listen carefully and answer questions 1 to 4.
Hello, you are through to the complaints department at Clifton Antiques. Before we begin, I'll just need to take a few details from you. Is that okay?
Yes, of course, no problem.
Okay, can I please have your full name?
My name is Anna Lumley. That's Anna, L-U-M-L-E-Y.
Right, and could you give me a contact number which we can use to reach you during the week?
My mobile phone number is 077-876-345.
Okay, great. How can I help you today, Anna?
I ordered a large number of items from you last week on the 20th of February and was expecting them to be delivered on the 27th. However, only half of the shipment has arrived. I just want to make sure that they haven't been lost in transit.
Right, okay. I'm sorry for the inconvenience. Let me track the parcel and see if I can find out when you should expect to receive the rest of your items. What did you list as the delivery address?
I arranged for the parcel to be delivered from your warehouse on Ardell Road to my work address at 235 Ackendale Road.
What was it, sorry?
235 Ackendale Road. A-K-E-N-D-A-L-E.
East Sea?
Yes, East Sea.
Right, okay. I've found your parcel here on our system. I can see that you've received your shipment, however, nothing is mentioned about the missing items. I would advise that you wait for 2 days, and if the other items don't arrive then, it may be necessary for you to claim insurance coverage for the value of the items. How much are the missing items worth?
They cost me $34,500.
Well, the insurance company will cover you for 10% of the value, so you could claim $3,450 from them. Just fill in the form on our website, and when the loss is confirmed, you'll receive the money within 1 week. We will refund the rest of the money to you within a month, so you won't suffer a financial loss.
That sounds fine.
Before you hear
Can check it against our records. Is that okay?
Sure, no problem. Unfortunately, a lot of the items are one of a kind and therefore irreplaceable. There were some small items such as lamps and chairs that aren't very valuable. However, there was a large item of antique furniture and a bag full of first edition books, which were among the first ever to be printed on a press.
Right. Okay. Is there anything else?
Yes, I also purchased a Victorian rocking horse for my daughter, some large oil paintings originating from the Edwardian period, and a few decorative fruit bowls.
Right, okay. I've taken a list of your missing items, so I'll phone the warehouse to see if any of them are lying around.
Ah, I almost forgot. There were a couple of other pieces that I've spotted on your website and would like to order. Can I do that now?
Of course, no problem. Can you give me a description of the items that you're looking to purchase?
There was a gold clock and a golden framed vintage mirror.
Okay, perfect. I'll charge the items to the payment card that you used before, and they should be delivered to you within the next week. Is there anything else that I can do for you today?
Yes, 2 of the items that I received in the shipment are damaged, so I need to make a claim for a partial refund.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I need to take down a few details of the actual damage over the phone before you put in a full report. Can you tell me which pieces are damaged?
A drawer is missing from the antique mahogany desk, and there is also a dent on one of the corners, so it's unusable.
I see. Any idea of the price of repairing it?
No, well, I don't think it can be repaired. I will need a new one.
Okay, I'll make a note of that and we'll see what we can do. Anything else?
I also purchased a set of dining chairs with navy leather padding. However, the colour is faded and one of the legs has completely split down the middle.
Okay, are there any other damaged pieces?
Yes, I purchased a set of Chinese crockery to furnish my dining room table. However, when I opened the box, I found that a cup was missing and that some plates had smashed. 4, actually.
And is that all of the items?
Yes, I think that's all.
Right, I'll calculate the value of the damaged items and we'll issue you a refund.
Okay, thank you so much for your help.
No problem at all, it was my pleasure. Goodbye.
That is the end of section 1. You now have half a minute to check your answers.
Good morning, everyone. Thanks for coming here and welcome to your induction day at Papyrus Warehouse. I am Patrick Stanley. I am a human resources assistant and I am going to provide you with some procedures you should follow while working at Papyrus Warehouse. Before commencing work, you should have your ID card done. It is not just a document, but it's your company identification card. This is mine and your card will look like this one. There's your name, photo and unique barcode number. I'd like you to come to the HR department now so that you can have your ID cards. Please have the following to hand: your passport or driving the following to hand, your passport or driving license. As soon as you are called, show your document at the cashier's window and have your photo taken there. Right, now we are ready to start. As I said earlier, this card is of great importance here. It is your identification, so you should be very careful with it. Please do not leave it lying around. If a problem arises in the till and your card has been swiped, you are in big trouble. Well, when you arrive at Papyrus Warehouse, you should use your ID card to clock in and you can use it to clock out at the end of your shift. If you work in the retail department, you can use it to open the till and cash up. If you work in the stock room, you should use the card at a till when you do a stock take. You are responsible for all transactions that are carried out in your name. So, please make sure that you do not leave the till drawer unattended. If you have to go somewhere else, make sure that you close the till drawer and log out of the system. This card is also used for paying for lunch and snacks in the staff restaurant. You can insert £1 or £2 coins in the machines available on the 3rd floor. If you'd like to buy a soft drink or a cake, you can give your card to the cashier, or a cake, you can give your card to the cashier and she will swipe it. Your card will be charged straightway. It is like a debit card. Let me also give you some good news: lunch is free in the busiest days, including the first week of each month. However, the cashier will still have to swipe your card so that the system can record the lunch break. Now let us talk about your belongings. Personal belongings such as handbags and mobile phones cannot be taken to any department. Your belongings must be left in the lockers provided in the male and female changing rooms. They are located on the ground floor. We recommend that you switch off your mobile phones as no one can answer them while they are ringing anyway. Having said that, you can check if you've got any messages or missed calls during your coffee break. Finally, a few words about your uniform. If you work in the stock room, you are provided with 2 plain white shirts and 2 pairs of black trousers. You should wear your uniform every day. Now, if you work on the shop floor, you should wear a plain shirt and a suit. Women are asked to wear daytime makeup and have clean fingernails. They may use nail polish but clean fingernails. They may use nail polish, but it must look fresh and neat. Now, let us move on to the safety rules and procedures.
Section 3. You will hear a conversation between 2 students, James and Kate, talking about their studies and part-time jobs. First, you'll have some time to look at questions 21 to 25. Now, listen carefully and answer questions 21 to 25.
Kate, I'm really busy at the moment trying to manage both my schoolwork and part-time job.
Oh, James, that sounds like a lot to handle. Where do you work?
I managed to get a job working in the local bakery, learning how to make bread and cakes. Since I'm studying business, it's really useful to experience at first hand how a shop is run and interact with the customers.
Wow, it sounds really interesting. I'd love to come in and try the produce one day. Is it nearby?
It's about 15 minutes away, which is frustrating because it's too far to walk from my house and I have to drive there. Despite the commute, my tutor recommended it to me as it's renowned in certain circles for being a very well-run and successful business.
Is it a part of the Kingfisher Bakers chain?
No, it's an independent family-run store, which is good because they're really supportive and eager to help me with the information I need.
How do you find the theoretical aspect of the schoolwork?
I find the practical work far more interesting, but my tutors are really enthusiastic and I get on well with my classmates, which makes the lessons a lot more enjoyable. Also, I recently found out that I can complete the theoretical aspects of the course within 1 year because of the practical experience I'm getting.
Wow, that's great.
I know, I was so relieved. I find the theory pretty hard to understand, so I was really worried about taking it for another year.
Do you get assessed every term or just once at the end of each academic year?
No, there's an assessment every term, which is great because it really takes the pressure off. In the first term, it's really relaxed. You conduct your own experiments on your topic of choice, and then everyone in your class assesses each other as a practical exercise. It's just a shame that practical experience doesn't count towards the grades.
Yes, that's true.
Anyway, enough about me. What are you studying?
Oh, I'm not sure what I want to study yet, but I've been making enquiries about the English language course.
Do you know what career path you're interested in following?
Since Spanish is my first language, I thought that studying English would be really beneficial if I decided to apply for a job in England. I really enjoy art, and I'm very creative, but I don't think that becoming an artist is a very practical choice. I was thinking of using my passion for art in a different way, like working as a curator in an art exhibition, for example.
Wow, that sounds really interesting. I think you'd be good at that.
The problem is that the course is very expensive, as you have to buy materials yourself, and they don't offer any scholarships to cover expenses. I need to order a catalog of the courses on offer so I can see if there are any other modules that might perhaps be cheaper to study.
Luckily, the courses don't start until September, so at least you have plenty of time to get organized.
I can't believe I have to wait until September. I'm already so excited about starting.
Before you hear the rest of the conversation, you have some time to look at questions 26 to 30. Now listen and answer questions 26 to 30.
What other art-focused modules could you choose from?
History of art is my first choice, since there isn't so much expense involved. I think it would be really interesting, as they invite a number of guest lecturers from across the globe to speak on specialist subjects.
That sounds great. What about sculpture?
Well, sculpture looked like a really suitable option at first, since it's the easiest course. But again, the utensils and materials aren't provided, so you have to spend a lot of money on supplies. I'm also considering the option of digital painting. There isn't much reading involved, and the accommodation is located inside the studio, so you would never have to worry about commuting.
Commuting is such an inconvenience, so that's definitely a big advantage. What do you think of art theory?
That's definitely an option for me. There are no exams, as you get assessed on your coursework and research is conducted independently, so you can work from home, which is really convenient. The only other option is photography, but I'm not so keen on that.
Why not?
I've just never really been interested in it, and I see it more as a medium for documentation rather than an art form. You're also required to buy one of those really expensive cameras with a digital display and micro-focus capabilities, which I can't afford.
Well, let me know what course you decide on.
I will. Thanks for talking it over with me.
No problem. See you later.
That is the end of section 3. You now have half a minute to check your answers.
Good evening, everyone. In today's lecture, we shall consider the relationship between global warming and endangered species. As you know, Earth's temperature has risen steadily over the past 150 years. It is estimated that the surface temperature increased by 1.4 degrees Fahrenheit in the last 100 years. However, two-thirds of the increase occurred in the last 30 years. It is terrifying, isn't it? The causes of global warming can be divided into two categories: natural causes and man-made causes. An example of natural cause is the methane emission from Arctic tundra and wetlands. It is estimated that Arctic wetlands release between 30 million and 100 million tons of methane gas every year. However, the most disastrous damages are caused by human activity. Let us consider the release of methane gas in coal mines, for instance. A quarter of all methane is stored on the land surface. As men are digging the earth, they are releasing the methane gas into the atmosphere. You are also methane gas into the atmosphere. You are also very familiar with the greenhouse effect and the emission of carbon dioxide in Earth's atmosphere. So, climate change has altered ecosystems and a range of animals are struggling to survive in this ever-changing environment. A report has been published by the International Union for the Conservation of Nature (IUCN), and it describes 9 endangered species: the emperor penguin, whose breeding areas are diminished by the destruction of its natural habitat and the possibility of food shortage, as krill is deprived of its shelf ice. Ringed seals, which will have to raise their pups further north where there is ice. The Arctic fox is being threatened by the red foxes. The latter has expanded into the tundra due to global warming. Beluga whales are facing human intrusion into their habitat. This area was once covered by ice. However, as the ice has melted, boats are able to reach the area. Staghorn corals are suffering from oceanic acidification. Clownfish, whose sense of smell is obstructed by ocean acidification, encounter difficulties when searching for sea anemones. Salmon dies as a result of oxygen depletion. Koala bears will have lower nutrient levels due to the effects of carbon dioxide on eucalyptus leaves. Finally, the leatherback turtle, whose sex ratios are being affected by environmental temperature. There has been an imbalance in the gender of hatchlings owing to high sand temperatures. Any questions so far?